Hi there, I'm Patricia Bottero St-Jean, the founder of Open for Business and a business research strategist. So actually, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time, I have a free virtual coaching session and where anyone can ask me any questions and we have a discussion about starting a business and researching a business. So last Thursday, we had a session and one of the questions was, how can I start a business with confidence? So that's a loaded question because no one ever starts a business with 100% confidence. Most entrepreneurs are actually happy with 80 to 90% confidence. However, when starting a business, you can come close to as much confidence as possible by doing several things. Number one, research the landscape of business ownership. And what does that mean? Well, in small to mid-sized business ownership, there are several paths you can take. Number one path could be you start a business from a brand new idea. So it's an independent business startup. The other way is also you could consider acquiring an existing business, an acquisition of business that's for sale. And number three, you can also consider the development of a new franchise unit or turnkey concept. That could also be a business opportunity. They're very similar. So those are three business paths that you need to examine to really see which one is the best for you, because none of those are better than the others. It all depends. They all have pros and cons. It all depends on you. It depends on where you are and what you want to accomplish. So really understanding what you're getting into when you choose either one of those paths is the first step to having confidence in starting a business. Another one, number two, is matching your strengths with the business that will require those strengths. And what I see a lot of people who are convinced that a business model is so good, so hot, that they will succeed no matter what, simply because the business model is good. Well, there's another part of the equation here is you. What are your strengths? And make sure you pick one where your strengths are in alignment with the strength that the business requires. Another one, number three, would be to understand, what do you want to do with this business? Why are you even bothering to start a business? What do you want your life to be when you start this business? Let me give you an example. A lot of people come from corporate, and my experience working with people from corporate who have amazing experiences, who've done amazing things in corporations, sometimes, run full departments or even, being CEOs of companies. They get into the small business world and they think because they did such big things in corporations, they can do the same thing in the small business world. And unfortunately, it's not true. Unfortunately, a lot of people have missed expectation when it comes to the small business world. They think that it's a lot easier than it is. And what they end up saying is like, oh my God, I had no idea how that was. So to make sure that doesn't happen to you, make sure that the business you choose is going to be in alignment with what you want it to do for you, whether you want to scale it to some great heights, or whether you want to have enough free time so you can be with your family. Understand the seasonability of that business. If you like to ski every winter, you may want a business which has a low impact or low activity in the winter. And finally, another one would be to make sure that the business model that you choose is actually going upwards. The trends of that business model are the political, economic, environmental, and social trend of that business is actually positive, meaning, it's actually growing as a market in general. And I've actually met people who picked a business and I had a client the other day, she wanted to open a bookstore because she loves books. Well, that's great. But a bookstore is, unless you have some very unique way of differentiating your bookstore, it's not exactly the type of business I would want to get into today, because simply of the internet and companies like Amazon. Bookstore, unfortunately, are a dying breed, kind of like the video rental stores, of the 90s. And so something to think about. And finally, but again, Competition. Is there competition in this business? And if there is, it's actually a good thing, right? It means that there's a need for that business. But furthermore, what are you going to do, or find out what your competition or potential competition is doing, and or what they are not doing, where you could fill that gap. And one more. Your local market, your geographic. So let's say you pick a city, or you're moving somewhere, or maybe you're pre-retirement and you want to go to a different area and open a shop somewhere. Make sure that that business needs actually are there in that local geographic. So what will work here in Silicon Valley, where I am, won't necessarily work somewhere in the Midwest or somewhere on the East Coast. It depends, right? So understand the market. It could be something that you feel like will get there someday, but make sure that you understand that too. So anyways, that was a great, stimulating conversation we had last Thursday. I would love to have you show up next Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. Right below there, I would put the login information. It's just a simple link. You click in on the Zoom link that I will send you, and then we're there. You don't even have to have the video on if you don't want to, but I hope to see you. And please share your thoughts, your questions, and any comments you have about starting your own business. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.